There it goes. They are now firing onto the crowd. Out!
This is the police department. You are violating the state-imposed curfew. You must continue to disperse peacefully, or you will be subject to arrest and/or other actions.
Citizens of the United States, we are anonymous. With each passing day, more people around the world are discovering the atrocities that are occurring in Ferguson. With the cold-blooded death of Mike Brown and the subsequent violence towards demonstrators, we not only as members of Anonymous, but members of humanity have grown restless for change and justice. It is unacceptable for an officer to be named and then let go. St. Louis County identified Darren Wilson as Mike Brown's murderer, yet he has not been charged or prosecuted. In addition, reports say that if he is charged, it won't happen for another few months. This is not justice. The truth is, we cannot sit still and watch as protesters and journalists are arrested and shot at for simply raising their voices in unison and demanding that justice be served. Again, we call upon the citizens of the United States to collectively gather in support for those who are suffering in Ferguson. We must indeed all hang together as one nation, or most assuredly we shall all hang separately. The world is witnessing our response. If we stay silent as we watch our brothers and sisters suffer the oppression that authorities has brought upon them, who's to say that the next attack will be in your city? We therefore once again call upon the citizens of the United States to take to the streets in a day of collective rage against the actions of police and their commanders. It is our time to get up from our couches, to turn off the TV, and to gather and raise our voices. Anonymous continues plans to assist with protests by leaving our keyboards and going on the ground with our brethren. Our collective will join those who demonstrate on the streets. Times, dates, and locations for protests will be listed locally and will be available in the description of this video. We continue to demand that Congress take immediate action and pass a bill that will enforce body cameras on local and state authorities, titled Mike Brown's Law. The petition is located in the description. We also demand the immediate arrest and prosecution of the identified shooter, Darren Wilson, immediately. August 21st is our day to rise up. Our presence will continue unless these demands are met. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us once again.
I want you to walk with me. I got lawyers up here, lawyers down there, politicians up here, politicians down there. Let's walk through this criminal enterprise. Walk through it. Walk through it. I gotta say, you're dealing with a criminal government here. These are criminals in power. Because I really don't care no more about what anybody thinks. If you don't have the testicular fortitude to say what needs to be said, then sit down and stop trying to say you speak for our people and the hurt of the poor. Now I close. Excuse me. I think I'm getting excited. Now, I may sound radical to you. I may sound like I've gone off a little. But I want to prove what I just said. See, these are criminals. Maybe not in your eyes, but you can't see. Right now you see your government as a tree, immovable, strong and powerful like a tree. You don't see as you should see. The mannequins in the window store. They're dressed beautifully.
Look out. Come on, minister. Come on now.
They want you to try on democracy. This country don't give a damn about democracy. They're tricking you. This thing called democracy is a trick. Even right now, register to vote. Who the hell you gonna vote for? Stop. Go ahead. Who you voting for? Well, thank God we can get rid of Bush. You a fool. You mean you got hope in this corrupt political system? Do you really think that this corrupt political system is going to really serve our needs? What the hell is wrong with you? That you're going to sacrifice your children and your grandchildren on the false hope? Listen. You've been took. Like Brother Malcolm said, you've been had. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. And you're ready to be bamboozled one more time. Not now. Come on. Clearly, something is wrong. Wrong with the government in which we live. Wrong with the leaders that lead us. Wrong with us in the way we respond to our enemy and each other. This nation is not about poor people, whether they're black, brown, red, yellow, or white. This nation is about rich people, privileged people, powerful people, and to hell with the weak, the poor. They must serve. Now, we are a universal people. But those at the top, they're on their way to hell. And if I got any power, I want to push them into hell as fast as I can. This is Sparta!
On another subject, there has been a lot of concern expressed here in the Ferguson area about the Ferguson Police Department's resistance to reporting the specific name of the officer directly involved in Michael Brown's shooting. There, of course, have been reports that there was some sort of confrontation between that police officer and Michael Brown. But joining us now, we're going to talk with America Tonight's Lori Jane Gliha, who has observed some of the social media exchanges that intend to put a lot of pressure on the Ferguson Police Department to release this name.
Yeah, Joey, the group Anonymous has been known to get involved in situations like this, especially in small towns, especially in situations in which police are not giving information freely or very quickly. And what we've had happen here is a big push for the name of the officer that pulled the trigger in this case, and also a push for people to be able to protest freely without the police department's involvement. So what's happened online is a bunch of people have come together, computer hackers and activists, and they've pushed this situation into the spotlight and also done their best to keep authority, hold them accountable.
Greetings world, we are Anonymous.
A day after the death of Michael Brown, the hacking collective known as Anonymous released this video, launching what it calls Operation Ferguson.
To the Ferguson Police
The video urged local residents to protest Brown's killing, promising retaliation if police interfered.
If you abuse, harass, or harm in any way the protesters in Ferguson, we will take every web-based asset of your departments and governments offline. That is not a threat, it is a promise. Attacking the protesters will result in the release of personal information on every single member of the Ferguson Police Department.
Anonymous is a self-described, leaderless network of activists and hackers. They often come together to protest what they see as violations of civil and human rights. Videos featuring computer-generated voices, threats of hacking, and masked characters have become their trademark.
We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
In its videos for Operation Ferguson, the group is making an unusual demand, calling for federal regulation of police conduct.
Anonymous demands that the congressional representatives and senators from Missouri introduce legislation entitled Mike Brown's Law that will set strict national standards for police conduct and misbehavior in the USA.
This past week, hackers thought to be affiliated with Anonymous have launched several attacks. On Sunday, the city of Ferguson's website was brought down. On Tuesday, the home address and phone number of St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmar was posted online. An email bomb was also dropped, overloading city email accounts. And on Wednesday, police dispatch tapes said to be from the day of the shooting were released.
Ferguson has asking for assistance with crowd control. They have a large group gathering there. And we just got another call stating that as the officer involved shooting.
Chief, how do you respond to Anonymous and the fact that they say they're going to release pictures, names, addresses? How do you respond to that threat?
Well, Anonymous has been doing that. It hasn't been accurate information, but they've been putting out as accurate information. All we can do is counter it when we see it.
Then there was today's tweet claiming to name the officer who shot Brown. The police quickly took to Twitter themselves, saying the wrong man had been identified and calling on those responsible for the posting to stop. Ferguson Police Chief Thomas Jackson at today's press conference.
We're going to have a conversation about the release of the name, but I guess it's Anonymous, put out a name this morning, Brian something, that's not the name. I haven't seen anything else.
I mean, are these guys just running name after name after name after name?
I think that's probably what they're doing. They're taking the name of everybody and throwing it out there.
Twitter has since taken down the account which posted the name.
5 seconds.
And so that's the difference with Anonymous, is that there is no organization. Immediately after that original tweet came out showing that this name had been released, a different Twitter account affiliated with a different Anonymous account denied any involvement in releasing that name. And Anonymous isn't organized. There is no leader. Anybody can affiliate themselves with this. So in reality, there is no way to vet what information is coming out.
Very difficult to observe. Now, Anonymous, or some part of Anonymous, or at least someone claiming to be anonymous, is still making itself heard, still making its impact on the police department.
Well, yes, the St. Louis County Police Department confirmed for me that last night their web system county-wide went down. Their email system was not working, and even today they plan to send out an email to people thanking them and asking them telling them about the state police getting involved. And they said they couldn't even send out that email because their email still wasn't working. So they're not sure if it is anonymous. They're investigating that, but definitely people have felt the effects.
All right, America Tonight's Laura Jane Gliha here in Missouri. Thanks very much. As Laura Jane noticed, certainly there has been a lot of attention focused on this particular case here in this area, but also through digital media all across the world. We have seen the impact of it. Joining us now from our D.C. studio is Al Jazeera The Stream host, Lisa Fletcher, who of course is very plugged into the social media community. And Lisa, this is a community that's risen up to speak itself on what's been happening at Ferguson.
Oh, Joey, no doubt that it has. I mean, social media lit up with images and reactions appearing on Facebook and Twitter faster than it was really humanly possible to absorb it all. Ferguson has been mentioned in 6 million tweets just since Saturday. And what the world has witnessed online has left people shocked and wondering what's next for Ferguson.
We were standing peacefully and shouting a chant, and the police officer said that it was no longer peaceful and started to shoot tear gas.
Ever since Saturday, when Mike Brown, an unarmed black teenager, was shot by a white officer, social media has sizzled, residents feverishly documenting the nightly clashes with police. But Wednesday night was different.
Here comes the St. Louis County Police Department, continuing to advance their line. We have now pulled back a city block and a half.
There it goes. They're now firing onto the crowd. Out! They're firing rubber bullets.
The images flooded Twitter, Vine, and Instagram. Tens of thousands tuned into live streams from the streets.
They're attacking reporters. They are attacking civilians. They are firing upon the media. They are continuing to advance down the street.
Online, people were horrified, mesmerized, and furious. This wasn't Gaza or Iraq or Egypt. This was a suburb in Missouri. A Washington Post reporter posted the video of his arrest while working out of a McDonald's.
Stop videotaping. Let's grab our stuff and go.
Right to videotape you, sir?
Hurry up. Let's go.
Please don't leave her gun on me.
And then tweeted the moment he was released. The video of an Al Jazeera America team running from a tear gas cloud was viewed 30,000 times within hours.
It's very close to their car, very close to their equipment. They were about to do a live shot just like we were. We were setting up in that exact same neighborhood.
But even as camera crews fled for safety, phones stayed on. Slogans spread quickly, "Don't shoot," and "Hands up," like in this photograph of Howard University students. Late in the evening, Antonio French, a local politician and one of the most prolific chroniclers of the protests, was arrested. And an online campaign to free him sprung up within hours and trended across the country. And pictures of the aftermath began to spread. As the night calmed, people wondered what would have happened if social media hadn't been there.
We're going to continue to record and bring this to you live from Ferguson, Missouri.
And today, no doubt, Ferguson has been the national story, as Joey mentioned earlier, with the president breaking away from his vacation in Martha's Vineyard to address the situation. And that might not have happened if hundreds of thousands of people hadn't seen these harrowing images on videos and online. Joey?
All right, Lisa Fletcher joining us from our program, The Stream. Thanks very much for being with us in a special edition of America Tonight. Also, we want to note that not only are people speaking out through digital media, but we can hear them here as well on the ground, very close to where the situation took place in Ferguson, Missouri. Maybe in the background you can hear it too. We've heard the horns honking through the community. As we've noted, there is a protest underway throughout this evening, a very nonviolent protest to this point. But we are hearing those horns that are to indicate the support they have for the community and a continuing investigation into the death of Michael Brown. You're seeing here now the command center where the local police, both the county police as well as the state highway patrol, have taken up. They are ready for any eventuality. So far, though, we note that things have remained very nonviolent, though we do hear the horns in the distance. When we return to this special edition of America Tonight, Flashpoint Ferguson, we're going to look back and try to understand the events of this week. They have come very quickly. We're going to look through and find out what happened, why it did, and what brought us to this point in Ferguson, Missouri. Please stay tuned.
We're out here to support and to hold a vigil for all the fallen people who have been victims to police brutality and to the unjustified murders of police across the country. This is not a race issue like the media portrays it to be. This is not white versus black. This is us versus them. This is the citizens of the United States of America, and not even, this is the general population of people versus the police and the establishment who are trying to oppress us and beat us down every chance they get. If we would stop fighting each other and unite and fight against the real people who are oppressing us, we would be unstoppable. That information is out there, and if they refuse to put it out there, it'll come out there some other way. And so we gave them a chance to do it, told them that they had their chance to put his information out there as it should be, as it would be with any other case. And if they refuse to do so, there's other means of getting that information out there. Everybody needs to stop listening to what they're told and to start thinking on their own and to start waking up to all the lies that we're being fed daily. And just, look at the turnout. This is a small turnout. Look at every city across the country. People are uniting together and starting to wake up against what is actually happening here. And it's much bigger than this isolated incident or any other isolated incident. This is all part of the militarization of police across America and the beginning of something very scary. If everything could be overcome with peaceful protests, then there wouldn't be the overthrown governments of the world how it happens. Unfortunately, there always has to be bloodshed to get a point across. But this is the start. This is how we get out here and use our First Amendment right to get people to listen to our voices and to listen to the message and to hopefully join us and stand up with us. And once everybody stands up with you, who can hold you down?